Hey folks, Randy Gold, Trout Magnet Man with you here today. Hey folks, I got a video me fishing below the dam at Nickajack. I figured y'all were tired of seeing me fish under the bridge, although I still have two videos left under the bridge, and we'll do more because them fish are in there, and you know, there's just no need not to, you need to go there and catch them. But anyway, I said, okay, I'll give them a break from under the bridge. Got one below the dam here. It's a pretty good day. Now, what I went down there looking for is when the bluegill move up in there in mass in mid to late November, they're being there by the thousands, 8.5 inch chunky bluegill. They're not there yet. There's some there, but they haven't made that move yet, and I hope they do. Now, I'm assuming there could be a year when they don't do that, but I'm hoping they do. But anyway, I found plenty of fish. I started out fishing the mooring sails. I scanned that first mooring sail and I saw crappie stacked up all over it. I caught one crappie off that mooring sail. Then I didn't catch anything else, so I decided, well, let me scan it again. I scanned that mooring sail again. Every fish had moved out. Don't ask me where they moved to. They just moved out. So I went across the river just to see what I could find over there. Sometimes crappie hang out over there. I got into a bunch of shell cracker, a lot of 8-inch, some 9-inch. A bunch of juvenile shell cracker and some bluegill over there on the bottom. Had a ball over there. I mean, it was just a ton of fish. For the whole day, I boated over 150 fish. Now, not all of them were great fish, but a whole lot of them were good fish. Caught about 70 crappie in the 10 to 11 inch range. Had some crappie in the 13 inch range, some in the 12 inch range. And caught a few bluegill out of the deadlock. Not many, but there were a few down there in those grates. Now, what I'm doing in the deadlock, folks, is I was letting that trout magnet get down in those grates. The water's 20 feet deep there or something like that, depending on how much water they're letting out. But those grates are anywhere, the best I can tell, those grates are another 4 to 8 feet deep. And sometimes the crappie will be down in the grates. A lot of times they'll be suspended above the grates, and that's when they're easier to catch. When they get down in those grates, it's a little bit harder because you got to let the jig get down in the grate. And you sacrifice some jigs doing that, but it's worth it. It's well worth it because there's a ton of fish there in those grates. But you will lose some jigs. That's just the nature of the beast, especially cast and retrieve the way I fish. Now, if you use vertical jigging, you could sit right on top of one of them grates if you wasn't worried about knocking your boat up against the wall. And you probably wouldn't lose the first jig. But I cast and retrieve, and I did lose a couple of jigs. But hey, I caught a bunch of fish. It was just a great day. It was using two rods, the Abu Garcia Eradicator Slow Taper Special and the Diplomatic Stream, which I absolutely love. I love both those rods. The Diplomatic Stream was strung up with an old friend, the Ester Lemony Varivis polyester line. Now let me tell you folks, the Blue Moon Aging fluorocarbon line has its place. I love fishing with it. I'm going to continue to fish with it. It's hard for me to see, but it can get down quick and it can stay down when you're using light jigs. But I tell you, the sensitivity of polyester line is really a hoot to fish with. I love fishing with it, even though all polyester lines have some issues. The Lemony ester monofilament by Varivus, it don't have as many issues, but it still has a few issues. But I love fishing with the stuff. Absolutely love fishing with it. And got back to fishing with it again yesterday, and let me tell you, the sensitivity is just off the charts. It turned out to be just a great day, a fall day. Got up in the 70s. I virtually had the whole place to myself. And there weren't any boats down there. You'll see one boat in the video. It's a bass boat that's coming by on their way downriver. And I'll tell you why there aren't any boats down there, because a lot of people are waiting for those white bass to move in there. They won't move in there until sometime after Thanksgiving, usually. But when you go down there and you see a bunch of boats in that bay, you're going to know that the white bass are there. So I want to keep going, looking for the bluegill to move up in there in the deadlock, looking for the white bass to move up in there, and hopefully catch a lot of fish off of there. So anyway, folks, hope all of you are doing well. Hope all of you are out able to fish. If you can fish, hope you're catching fish. Wouldn't be fishing again today, but it's 35-mile-an-hour winds and fixing to start pouring down rain, so didn't go today. I will hit it again next week. All these fish, folks, were caught on a sow bug or a bison colored trout magnet, and a lot of times during the day of fishing. I was using a 2-gram jig head. These fish were down deep, and I don't usually fish 2-gram jig heads, but I got plenty of them, and I fished them yesterday, and it worked out pretty good, especially for the bluegill and shellcracker. They were on the bottom in 8-9 feet of water. When I'm on the other side of the river, all those bluegill and shellcracker were flat on the bottom, and you had to bounce it along the bottom to get them to hit. But anyway, folks, it was a great day fishing. Appreciate all of you watching. Hope you enjoy the video. So until next time, soar up them all, and life is good. Good morning, everybody. Randy Gold, Trout Magnet Man, with you here today. As you can see, I'm not under the bridge. I'm down here below the dam at Nickajack. I have 3 rods with me today. As you can see them right here. I got the 610 Tenru Luna Kia with a ZX30 blade bait on it. I've got one of my really enjoyable rods I like to fish with, the Diplomat Extreme with the trout magnet. And then of course I got the Real Finesse Slow Taper Special. And we're gonna see what we can get, folks. So come on with me, and hopefully we can catch some fish. Up, here we go, folks. Here we go. What we got here? Feel like a good fish. I believe it's a crappie. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. Nice crappie. Shoot fire. What you talking about? Yes, sir. Shoot fire. Nice fish there, folks. Yes, sir. Get you out of here, out of the sun. It's a good looking fish. Let's get a measurement on him. See what he measures. Simmer down. He'll go 12 3/4. Check that camera lens. Yeah, he'll go 12 3/4. All right. Folks, I'm casting out. I'm counting down to about 30. I got on a 2-gram jig head this morning. Something a little different. I don't usually fish 2-gram. Got plenty of them. I like to go as light as I can for the conditions. But I thought these fish may be a little deeper, so we're going to try the 2-gram and see what it does. Here we go. What we got here, folks? What we got here? He's cutting up whatever he is. Shoot fire. Oh, shoot fire. We done got us a shell cracker here. Shoot fire. What you talking about now? What you talking about now? He's not a bad shell cracker. Get that line out there. Come on there. He's not a bad shell cracker, folks. Shoot fire. What you talking about? All right. All right. There he is. There he is. There he is. Yes, sir. He's cutting up. Cutting up good. Yes, sir. Shoot fire. All right. What we got here, folks? Some kind of sunfish. Oh man, what a bluegill here. Nice bluegill. Tell you what though, they're taking it down deep. That's a nice bluegill, folks. I'd like to get in about 100 of them. Yes, sir. Here we go. Here we go, folks. Another part shell cracker. Well, I say that. No, that's just a bluegill. It's a nice one, though. All right. Yes, sir. Here we go. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Another bluegill. Joe cutting up. I can see why he's cutting up too. It's Mr. Shellcracker. Now, as far as Shellcracker, he's a juvenile shellcracker. But let me tell you something. Shellcracker like that on super ultralight, yes sir. I don't know what it is. Here we go. Here we go. Crappie right here. Yes, sir. I'm going to have to move this boat. I thought it was crappie in there. I'm going to have to move this boat where I can get on the crappie. Yes, sir. Now down here, below this dam, that's a legal fish. That's a 9-inch fish. He's legal. But hey, he's a fish. Need my GoPro, start recording. He took my jig pretty deep, so I'm gonna leave it in there. I've read many articles and know by experience that fish is more than likely to survive if you do that. I'm gonna see, he's just an 8-inch bluegill. But I'm gonna tell you, that's a beautiful bluegill. Nowadays in Tennessee, 8-inch bluegill are good. All right, let's get him back in the water. Here we go. Here we go. A decent shell cracker. Yes, sir. What you talking about? I better net him. Yes, sir. Come on up in here. Come on back up in here. Come on up in here. Yes, sir. Come here. Simmer down now. Simmer down. Yes, sir, folks. It's about an 8-inch shell cracker. He might go 9. Decent fish. Get this camera around here. Yes, sir. It's a decent fish. All right. We done had a fish hit this down in that grate while I'm sitting here playing around, and sure enough, it's a little old bitty crappie down in the middle of that grate. Huh, little old bitty thing. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Good crappie here. Good crappie here. Down in the grate. Yes, sir. Good crappie here. Yes, sir. Down in the grate. Come on up in here. Come on over here. It's good crappie. Yes, sir. I see he's a crappie. That's what I think he is. Oh yeah, nice crappie. Oh shoot, fire. What you talking about here now? What you talking about now? Yes, sir. Shoot, fire. All right, slab. This is slab here, folks. Slab, sure enough, here. Yes, sir. Get this. Come on, simmer down now. I gotta get this jig out and all this line. Yes, sir. Excuse me, folks. That's a slab crappie there. Let's get a measurement on him and see. He'd go almost 13. Almost. Yes, sir. That's a nice fish. All right. There he is. There he is. Another crappie. Another crappie. I better feather you on these a little bit. Come here. Come here. Yeah, that's a 10-inch crappie. Shoot fire. What you talking about? Yes, sir. All right. It's a 10-inch fish. All right, folks. There he is. There he is. Another crappie. Another crappie, folks. Feels like a decent one. I believe it's a keeper for sure. Come on up in here. Let's see. Let me get a look at you. Oh yeah, shoot fire. What you talking about? Nice crappie. Nice crappie. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a 12-inch fish, folks. What you talking about? My jig out of it. Yeah, that's a 12-inch crappie there, folks. Yes, sir. Beautiful fish. All right. There we go. Another crappie, folks. Another decent crappie. I say decent. He feels like, I don't know. Not as big as the last one. No, it's a bluegill. That gum. Tell you what now. That's a good bluegill there. Shoot fire. What you talking about? What you talking about? Let me get this fish. That's a nice solid 8-inch bluegill, folks. I'll take them any day of the week. Yes, sir. That's a chunky bluegill. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Another crappie. Another crappie. It's a keeper. Come on up in here. Oh yeah, he's a keeper crappie. Down here he's a keeper. Come here. Come here. Of course, down here, below the dam, they only got to be 9 inches. But if you were keeping crappie, you'd keep this one. That's for sure. If you want to eat a bunch of fish. All right.